Estimate sums and differences. So this really extends our learning from the first lesson on rounding fractions. So if we look at a real-world example of scuba diving, and say Nia scuba dives for 7 1/3 hours, and David scuba dives for 4 2/3 hours. About how many hours did they scuba dive altogether? Well, I can rewrite this as a addition problem, and I know that I'm going to round because of the word about. So I can take 7 1/3 plus 4 2/3. And now I look at the fractions of each of those mixed numbers. So 1/3, 1 is less than half of 3, and so it's going to keep the 7 the same. But 2 is more than half of 3, and so it's going to round up and add 1. And so therefore, I have 7 plus 5, and so my estimated answer is 12 hours. And this gives us a good sense of what our final answer will be when we actually learn how to add and subtract mixed numbers. Just as a reminder, this means approximately. So say we have a subtraction problem. And we have a sea anemone that is 3 1/4 foot long, and another one that is 5 3/4 foot long. About how much longer across is the second sea anemone? So I can apply the same rules. So let me go ahead and recopy this. I know that 5 3/4 is my larger mixed number, and so I'm going to subtract 3 1/4 from that. If I look at my fraction again, 3/4, 3 is more than halfway, or half of 4, and so that means I'm going to add 1 to 5. And 1/4 is less than half of 4, and therefore I'm going to keep 3 the same. And so that would be 6 minus 3 is equal to 3 feet. And so I know when I learn actually how to add and subtract mixed numbers, I should be able to estimate my answer correctly.